Greetings and salutations, and this is Tech Plays here, back with more Akimbot. And yeah, I'm getting these commentaries done a little late because the day I usually do these commentaries is on Saturdays. I usually do these commentaries every Saturday, the week before it goes up. But on Saturday, it was a mix of I was feeling like mentally drained. For several reasons. The first one being that I was just having a bit of a depressive episode, kind of a short one, and it didn't really last too long, but it did kind of ruin my day. So I couldn't really, I wasn't mentally there for doing commentaries. And I had the first part of Akimbot already, edited and recorded, an extra week in advance, which is why I was able to upload it in time. But I'm actually doing the rest of these on Monday. I know anyway. So yeah, just to let you know, if I sound like a little unenthused at certain points, it's because I'm trying to get these done.
Are you following
because
me?
I want to stick to my 3 videos a week schedule. That's what I'm comfortable with. The only time I'm not comfortable with it is this week, and that's just because I wasn't mentally there the day I was supposed to do these. I have to be mentally there to do commentary, because if I don't, the commentary ends up not being very good. I end up not having a lot to say, or I end up talking about super depressing shit, and I try to avoid both of those things. So yeah. But yeah, as you see here, this is where the game really starts to ramp up, where you finally get to see the game's actual game design and stuff. Because I'm just watching back and seeing myself make so many mistakes in this easy ass early game. Because this would be easy to me now. After I've beaten this game, this would be easy to me now, because later stuff in this game is way harder. But yeah, so seeing myself fail this is so painful. I just want to yell at myself. You know how you know when Let's Play YouTubers, aside bigger Let's Play YouTubers, ones that get comments and stuff. I just get views at the moment, and sometimes likes, but I never get comments. I'm not big enough to get comments yet, apparently. I occasionally get a comment or two, but no, it's very occasionally.
Yikes!
But what I'm getting at is, you ever notice how bigger Let's Play YouTubers, whatever, they make a mistake in the game or they keep dying or something, they'll have comments in their comment section calling them out on that. That's what I feel like. I feel like those people that are trying to call out YouTubers for making mistakes, except I'm doing it to myself, because these are not mistakes. If I were to go back and replay this game, I would not be making these mistakes, and it bugs me so much.
Yikes!
That I'm dying so much on something that is easy by comparison to stuff I had to do in the late game. And I'm pretty sure I died less to some of the stuff in the late game. I cut out a lot of deaths here. So I have a right to be mad at Past Me. Well, in Past Me's defense, this was me still learning the controls of the game and stuff. I don't think I was used to everything in the game until maybe an hour in, and we're not an hour in yet. We're about we'll say 45 minutes.
Why does the algorithm want your help?
When I say an hour in, I'm talking about an hour into the game, not counting deaths. An hour into the game, not counting deaths, would be 20 minutes into this video. But yeah. It's just... Why do I...
Are you following me?
Hit by that laser?
That laser.
These lasers are so easy to dodge in retrospect. They're hard for early game stuff. Obviously, I do think, my one complaint with, how the early game was designed is they spammed those laser turning things everywhere in this stage, and that is, I think it was a little too early to be doing that, but compared to some shit we did with later in the game, it's not that hard. It's really not. They're pretty easy to dodge, it's just that they're everywhere so early in the game. I don't think we ever see these... Actually, no. I think we do see these laser things again way later, but, it takes a while. Jeez, why do I keep failing these wall running sections? As you see here, wall running in this game is way harder than it is in Crash 4 or Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. It's about as easy as it is in Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Like, Crash 4 had this weird wall running. I liked the wall running in Crash 4 for the challenge, but it was a little weird because, like, you had a very limited time you could be on a wall. And, like, Crash would slow down near the end of the wall running. This wall running here is closer to how Rift Apart handles it, where you keep the same speed the whole time. You don't really have a risk of falling off until you reach the end of the wall. So yeah, it's way better here than in Crash 4, but the challenge comes with the way it's designed, because Crash 4 and Rift Apart never, like, had the wall running sections used to their full potential like this game. Well, okay, I lie. Because there is one level in Crash 4 that did actually really use the wall run to its full potential, to a point where it was like super difficult. But I feel like this game surpasses that level a few times. You don't know what level I'm talking about. I'm talking about the level where, like, you play as Crash or Coco and you're, like, wall running on, like, food trucks. And, like, you know the level I'm talking about. If you play Crash 4, you know the level I'm talking about. It's one of the most memorable levels from the game. So yeah, take that section. That kind of stuff happens a few times throughout this game with the wall running. It never gets as hard as that exactly, but it's like this game experiments a lot with it. There's a lot of stuff you do with the wall running. There's parts where you have to activate the walls by shooting a target. There's parts where, like, the wall, you have obstacles moving down the walls. You have to switch wall to wall. There's a bunch of stuff like that. I really liked how they did it here. I feel like if the next Ratchet & Clank game brings back the wall running from Rift Apart, they need to take, like, a note out of Akimbot's book and, like, start really experimenting with it, doing a lot of super hard obstacles with it. Okay, maybe not super hard obstacles, but do something more with it, because I feel like I love Rift Apart. It's a 9 out of 10 game in my opinion. It's one of the best games of all time that I've ever played. It's probably the best PS5 exclusive I've ever played, because it does the most with the PS5 features out of the PS5 exclusives I've played. Then again, I've only played 3 PS5 exclusives. But
the
still.
Ambassador! Why does the most powerful bot in the algorithm want to see you
get
of
what I'm
all
getting
people?
Beats me. Bot knows I'm pretty high up on their most wanted.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Akimbot's a PS5 exclusive. I would have to double check. In fact, I'm going to. Give me a second.
Whatever it is, it's not
okay,
like I can
well,
say no.
I was halfway right. Akimbot is a current gen exclusive. Like, it's not on last gen consoles, so I was right about it. I was halfway right, because, like, what I was thinking is there's no PS4 version when I was saying PS5 exclusive, but I was wrong to say PS5 exclusive in particular, because this game is also on Xbox. I checked Google and stuff. It's also on Xbox. So it's just current gen exclusive. It's not PS5 exclusive. So just want to correct myself there. I don't want to spread misinformation or anything like that. And I will admit that I was like halfway wrong with it, because the thing is, in my mind, I was thinking current gen, but I was saying PS5 exclusive because I wasn't thinking about, like, other generations, like, not other generations. I wasn't thinking of, like, other console platforms until after I checked the PS5 store and I went, wait, is this on Xbox and shit? I don't think it's on Switch. Google only shows, like, Xbox and PlayStation. I don't think it's on Switch or PC, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. And if anybody's on Switch or PC and you know this game is on there, let me know. Go ahead and let me know. Prove me wrong. I want you to. But I feel like this game probably wouldn't be able to run on Switch exactly. It's not like a really super demanding game or anything like that. It's just more so that Switch already struggled to run PS4 games. And if this game couldn't be last gen, like if it was too demanding to have last gen versions, which to be fair, it might not be. They might have just only made it current gen because we're 4 years into the current gen. No, we're 3 years. My bad. We're 3 years into the current gen. so that might be why it might not be too demanding, but like, I'm just gonna take a guess
You know what?
because
I prefer the fun kind of laser tag.
the Switch
The one
already
that's on
struggled to
equal
run
terms
like
and not
PS4
deadly.
games. And this game right here is about on par with like what most PS4 games were, for the most part. I mean, it might be less demanding in some aspects because it's not like a lot of PS4 games were more graphically demanding than this, but this game has a lot going on almost all the time, so I just feel like the Switch would like struggle to run this, but I could see it being on PC. If it's on PC and I just don't know, let me
Need a
know.
selfie shooter on
I
your weapon?
can't see this
Capture the
game running
moment.
well on
Only
Switch.
costs half your savings.
I just
You gonna bond?
something about it just tells
Don't
me
mind
this
them.
game
Let's
would
refine that weapon,
lag
shall
and
we?
shit on Switch really badly. Something just tells me that, and I feel like this game would not run on Switch. Then again, I might be underestimating the Switch. Most games I play, I like think mentally, there is no way there's a Switch version of this. But there are Switch versions of some of the games I played. There's a Switch version of Sonic Frontiers, and I'm like, oh, poor Switch users.
Destroy it all.
We already, okay, I'm not one of the people that really cared about the pop-in with Sonic Frontiers because it never got in the way of, like, the gameplay for me. Like, the pop-in was never that bad for me, but then again, I played on the PS5 version, it might not have been as bad. Oh my god. I'm just, like, imagining how bad that was for Switch users. You gotta keep in mind, the power of the Switch is barely beyond the PS3. Like, the Switch can mostly handle modern graphics. I mean, it's a little, like, it's a bit of a downgrade from, like, when I say modern graphics, I'm not talking about, like, PS5, Xbox Series graphics. I'm talking about, like, PS4,
That's the
Xbox
first
One
time I've ever
graphics.
gotten the creeps from
It's
some weirdo in
almost,
a fish
graphically,
tank.
it's
Whoever
almost
he
on
is,
par with
I'm not
PS4
sticking
and
around to
Xbox
find out.
Series. Or not Xbox Series, Xbox One. Almost. I've seen comparisons between like PS4 and Xbox One games and the Switch, and the graphics are a little downgraded, but it's like barely noticeable. But when it comes to actually running the game, that's something I really appreciate about the PS5. Like, I feel like the PS5 gets too much hate because one of the best things about the PS5 is it's really good at running games. Like, I'm not even kidding. Even games that are only PS4 versions feel like they run better for some reason. And I can't really place my finger on it. Like, back when I was playing on PS4, none of the games I had ran as good as they do on PS5. And I really cannot put my finger on it with PS4 games in particular, especially ones that aren't online. Because I know online games are, of course, going to run better because the Wi-Fi connection on PS5 is just miles better than the PS4, if you ask me. Like, my PS4 could barely connect to most Wi-Fis, and my PS5 has stayed connected consistently since I got it. So it's like, I mean, okay, almost stays connected consistently. Sometimes I have like a Wi-Fi chug or something, like I have a Wi-Fi spike, whatever. But it's very rare. It happens every once. It happens like once every few months. And it'll happen for like a minute. Unless the Wi-Fi just goes out, then but that's the Wi-Fi's fault, not the PS5. But yeah, like, Wi-Fi runs better on PS5 than on the PS4. I might have exaggerated when I said miles better. It's just a little better, but it's noticeable enough. So online games obviously run better on PS5, regardless of if they're PS4 or PS5 games. PS5 games obviously run better than PS4 games, so of course, like, there's that.
We're hit. I repeat, we are hit.
Like, that's why I love
Exy, if
Ratchet and
this keeps
Clank
up,
Rift Apart
Echo
so
Point
much
won't
because
be there by the
it
time you
runs
arrive.
the best out of my whole game library. And you've seen some of the games I've played. I've played Resident Evil 4 Remake. I've
need
played
your
Resident Evil
support.
2 Remake.
Hurry.
I've played
Our anti-aircraft gun is right there.
fuck,
Talk about an
what am I
army.
thinking of?
These guys
I played
can barely
Shadow
defend
Generations. I
themselves.
played what are some other games that are like kind of impressive? I know Shadow Generations is like almost PS3 level graphics because it's based off Sonic Generations. but like, I'm still counting it because like, it runs super good, is what I'm saying.
Huh? You know how to use this?
What is the most
I told
demanding?
you I picked up a lot of tricks.
All right, Hotshot.
That's what I'm trying to pinpoint, because I know it's not Shadow Generations or Akimbots, so I need to look at like my old run on games Let's Plays. Like, what was the most demanding game I played on this channel? That's what I need to compare Rift Apart to, because
Come on,
that
show them all.
was the most demanding game. It is not Dot Hack Volume 1. I need to play Volume 2 of that, and I plan to. I've already beaten Volume 2. The thing is, I'm kind of going back and forth in my head because I don't know if I should play Volume 3 first and then replay Volume 2, because the problem with that, like, there's a pro and a con to that. The pro would be I would have experience with the whole series, so actually doing the Let's Play, I'd be playing it a lot better. The downside to it is that I would know all the spoilers, and it would be super hard not to talk about stuff that happens in the third game. I already struggled not talking about a few events from the second game and the first one, because I had played halfway through the second game when I was doing commentary for the first one. So, like, yeah, but it's definitely not Dot Hack, because that's a PS2 game ported over. It's definitely not a Hat in Time, not Crash 2 on the Insane Trilogy, not Crash 4. Hi-Fi Rush might be. We'll get back to that.
We appreciate your support,
It's not Monster Prom. It's
You're
not,
welcome, humble moron.
it's not Resident Evil 2,
All in a
3, or
day's
4.
work
It's
for
not
a
7.
legend
It's
like
not
me.
Village.
I just hope
it's
this
not
is worth
any
all
of the
that
Sonic
time.
games.
The ambassador is still waiting for you at Echo Point.
Not the Spyro
Considering
games.
the,
Okay.
situation,
Yeah, the most
you'll
demanding
surely
game
need
I
this.
played on this channel, technically speaking, would be Hi-Fi Rush.
Now
But
this
Hi-Fi Rush
I can get
actually
behind.
runs as smoothly
Big
as
gun.
Rift Apart. And Hi-Fi Rush is only... Okay, you know what?
me
I
the
take
gun, give
it
me the
back.
gun.
I'm sorry, Rift
No,
Apart. I
stop
love you.
asking.
You're my favorite Ratchet and Clank game
Weapon
of all
hog.
time. You're a solid 9 out of 10. You were my first modern... Like, you were my first current-gen exclusive game, so I have a lot of love for you, and I still do. And I literally have no issues with you. Literally, the only complaint I can make about Rift Apart is just comparing it to Akimbot's way of using the wall run. But that's not even like Rift Apart's fault, because when Rift Apart came like out, wall running wasn't as common in video games. So I kind of get like wall running is like a very recent addition to like platformers and stuff. It is not something that's been in, well, it might be in video games for a while, but it wasn't like a popular trend until like recent years. So, and like the first time we saw that trend really like being used a lot was like in the Spider-Man games and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and Crash 4 and all that, which all came out between 2018 and 2021. So 2018 was really like when games started actually using wall running more regularly. And by 2021, it was still not like too common for games to use it. I feel like I gotta give Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart credit here, because
Why did they have
I
to
think
send you
that
to
game
Echo
is really
Point?
what
I
jump
bet
started
Alpha
it being
Point
a
was
more
probably
common
way
thing.
Closer than this.
That's not at all.
And yeah,
how
I know
military
Crash
operates.
4 had it, and they likely
I hate
didn't know
Pump.
Rift Apart was doing it when they were developing Crash 4.
Get away!
And Crash 4 came out first. But I feel like Rift Apart's the one that would have the more heavy impact, because more people like Rift Apart than people like Crash 4. Believe me on that. I've barely seen any Rift Apart haters. There are plenty of Crash 4 haters for some weird reason. Even though Crash 4 is probably the best designed a Crash game has ever been. Like, I know some of the levels could drag on later in the game. That's really my only complaint. Well, no, that and the, like, all the extra shit you have to get 100%. I'm glad you don't have to get 100% to get the canon ending like you do in Crash 3, because if they went that route with Crash 4, I would have been so mad, because I would have had to actually 100% the game for my Let's Play, and I was not doing that, is all I'm saying. That's why I've been putting off Crash 3, by the way. I've been putting off Crash 1 and Crash 3, but for different reasons. Crash 1 is because of how hard the game is. I actually have a really tough time with Crash 1. Even compared to Crash 4, I have a pretty tough time with it. It's not harder than Crash 4, it's just that Crash 4 has smoother controls. So like with Crash 4, the hard part of the game is just easier to bear with. Yeah, I was looking for this enemy. That's why I was standing there. I was like, where the fuck is this last enemy? Because it wasn't letting me progress.
Let me at that squid-faced
If I
creep.
remember correctly,
He
I
wouldn't
think
stand
that's
a
what I
chance
was doing.
against this claw.
Put my money on the squid-faced creep.
Jerk.
But yeah. I think Rift Apart was really the game that really started inspiring a bunch of games to take wall running into action. Then again, there's only been like a couple examples of wall running I've seen. There's a game I have in my library. Is it Ghost Runner? I have to go check. Is it? 1 second. Yeah, it's Ghost Runner 2. Ghost Runner 2, if I remember correctly, includes wall running. It is a super hard game though. Like I got like to the first boss, beat it, and then was like, yeah, I can't do this game. I love challenging games, as you probably have figured out by now, because I've done games like Crash 4 and Crash 2, and I've also done, even though I haven't like shown those, actually, I think I did stream my live, did I stream my hard mode RE2 run? I think I did. I don't know if I ever finished it, but I think I did stream my RE2 hard mode run. I do like challenges in games, I just have a limit, you know, like, there's only so much bullshit I'm willing to put up with. Did I stream? I could have swore I did. Yeah, I streamed it, but I think I only streamed the first half. I don't think I actually finished it.
Nice job.
Let me check through.
You make a great team, huh?
Is that what
Yeah,
you
I
call
basically got all the way up to the sewers, stopped the stream, and then that is my bad. I gotta do part 2 of that stream, because I'm pretty sure I still have that save file on RE2 saved. I need to finish that stream. I'm real sorry about that. But yeah, I've done an RE2 hardcore run stream. I've done Crash 2 and Crash 4, which are both pretty hard games. Akimbot is a pretty demanding game. I'm doing that right now. I was really considering Let's Play Crosscode, but the game's like too long. Literally, that's the only reason I'm not Let's Playing Crosscode. I'm just playing it in my own time instead, because the game is just too long for a Let's Play. But it is super fun. It's challenging, but it's super fun. So like, I do like challenging games. There's just a certain level of bullshit I'm willing to put up with. Because there's a difference between challenge and bullshit. And Ghost Runner 2 felt like I was doing with some bullshit. That was making me go, yeah, the devs of this game just really hate the players. They just really hate us. I do enjoy challenging games though. I was considering Let's Play Crosscode. I've already beaten Crash 4, Crash 2, and Akimbot for this channel. I've done half of an RE2 hardcore run in stream. I have proof that I like a challenge. And yeah, I know I said I've already beaten like Akimbot for this channel, even though not all the videos are up. The Let's Play has been finished. For about a week or two now, the Let's Play has been finished. I'm playing catch up by like finally doing these like commentaries. Well, that and the fact the videos weren't supposed to go up yet anyway, because I had to finish Shadow Generations, Sonic and Shadow Generations. I am still going back and forth on what the next game will be, but seeing as we have 17 parts, yes, 17 parts of this game to get to, this is going to be a longer Let's Play. I'll shut up in a second because we're in cutscene. I just want to finish saying what I was saying. This Let's Play, keep in mind, I had to cut down a lot already, and it's still 17 parts. It's kind of like Sonic Frontiers in that regard. Sonic Frontiers was originally going to be like 30 parts, and then I cut it down a lot of shit, and it ended up being like 18. This was originally going to be like 26.
There you are, Exy. At
But yeah, I'll
last
shut
we
up.
meet.
That's the ambassador? He looks bigger on the posters.
Come, we should leave before it's too late. There's a lot I must explain to you. We're en route to the algorithm mothership. Despite our efforts, Data Bay has fallen to evilware. Welcome aboard, my flagship bots. Thank you for joining me.
And we still don't know why.
Yes, you have my sincere apologies. There was no time to discuss this on Data Bay. We're en route to the planet Materia. It seems Evilware found the information he was looking for. Before we arrive, I must brief you on your new mission. You must understand, as the ambassador, my role in the universe is to bring peace, justice, and freedom to all robots that live under the algorithm. And right now, I need your help.
And why should I care?
Putting aside the fact that I only requested Exy, you both saw Evilware on Databay. He destroyed Databay to acquire classified information with no remorse, and he can do so much worse.
Evilware? You mean that big creepy guy with the squid head?
Yes, a long time ago, Evilware served the algorithm. He was our greatest scientist. He spent years working to unlock the secret of time travel. The secret is the artifact.
That old legend?
The artifact is no legend, Exy. The algorithm discovered it years ago. But Evilware grew obsessed with studying it. It drove him mad. He became deluded, erratic, hostile. His sick yet brilliant mind made him a threat to the universe. So by the authority of the algorithm, I gave Evilware a choice. Abandon his research, or be terminated. I thought I could help him, but all I did was give him a chance to escape. With all his research, aboard one of our ships. I was a fool. Evilware fled to a planet outside the algorithm's reach. Ever since, he's been building his awful army and plotting to acquire the artifact.
What does all this exposition have to do with us?
Did it seriously never occur to you that a guy called Evilware could be, well, evil?
Evilware is tenacious. He's willing to tear the universe apart to get a hold of the artifact. Unless we stop him.
We?
I hadn't planned to involve you in this ship set. But with your extensive internal database, you might be of some use on this mission. But most importantly, the legendary Exy. Ruthless fighter, master hacker. I'm certain that you want nothing to do with us, but the stakes are too high. This goes beyond personal matters. We need you, Exy. That madman is waging a war against the universe. With your help, we can win.
Save it. None of this is my business.
Yeah, I'm nobody's lackey.
Of course not. This isn't a one-sided deal. If you help me stop Evilware from acquiring the artifact, I will pardon all of your past misdeeds. You'll be free bots.
Tempting. But I can escape prison anytime I want. You'll need to do better if you want me to risk my life.
Very well. If it's money that you want, then I can provide you with a lifetime of it. After all, what's a few bot coins compared to the fate of the universe?
Exy, would you excuse me for just, 1 second? I know we don't, know each other very well, and I know you probably never want to see me ever again, but money! A bottomless supply of bot coins! Just imagine what you could do with that kind of cash!
I don't care about the money. I will not be a pawn for the algorithm. and I am not working with that drone.
I'm not a
You
drone!
won't just be serving the algorithm, Exy. You'll be serving the entire universe. Every robot living in peace under the algorithm, just like you could be. The choice is yours.
Come on, XE. If you won't do it for the money or the algorithm, then do it for, I don't know, the greater good. Friendship.
That doesn't matter. Just give me a solid reason to care about this.
Don't you get it? If Evilware succeeds, the entire universe as we know it will be wiped out, yourself included. Exy, you are our last hope.
Fine. If doing this means those bounties are off my head, I get my freedom, and you get off my back for the rest of eternity, then I'll do it. You just want this so-called artifact, right? Nothing else?
Correct.
Fine, but I don't work for you. I don't take orders from you. If I'm doing this, I'm doing it my way.
Your methods are of no concern as long as you stop Evilware. And take the drone with you. I'm sure there's more to him than it seems.
As long as he stays out of my way.
So we're doing this? Oh yeah! Chipset and XE, partners in saving the universe!
And we're gonna be ending it off here.
Free spaceship!
Bye.